Still on June 29th, Lewis Payne fascinated everyone. Black-haired giant of a young man. This is the death of Lincoln. 60 Cents. This little book called 60 Cents. It's a picture history of the assassination by Leroy Heyman. And they got a lot of really good pictures here. Here's how they catch Lewis Payne. Lewis Payne goes to Mary Surratt's, goes to the boarding house, and the Federals are there. And he had a pickaxe. He was pretending to be a worker. Oh, I'm just a worker bee with my little pickaxe here. And then you got three federales. What you doing here, Buster Keaton John? Oh, Laverne and Shirley. Parker Posey. How does she even get into these conversations is what I would like to know. And then there's a $100,000 reward for John Wilkes Booth's capture. Here's Laura Keene. She was the actress that the Lincolns were watching at the time. And I want to say that one of the last words said to Lincoln is, what will they think about me hanging on you so? So, yeah, good job, motherfucking Mary Todd. Mary Todd, you lost your son in Springfield, lost another son in the White House, then you lost your goddamn husband. Maybe you should just tone it down with being a fat, ugly whore. Maybe you shouldn't have been such a fat, ugly whore, Mary Todd. Sergeant Boston Corbett and Lieutenant L.P. Doherty. He's in public, you motherfucker. Maybe you're being a whore to distract him so John Wilkes Booth will kill him. What kind of groups you been? She was in some weird groups. That guy killed John Wilkes Booth, and why? Because God told him so. They were under strict orders. They were going to capture him. But you want to know something? When they went to go capture him, they accidentally killed two of each other. The Federals accidentally killed two of each other. And then we were supposed to bring John Wilkes Booth in peacefully. And then Harold, was it David Harold? He was the one that gets hung later on. So I guess he was by John Wilkes Booth. So Harold is the one that gave, what's-his-face, Lewis Powell a ride. And then David Harold is the one that accompanied John Wilkes Booth as he ran through the woods. And John Wilkes Booth, useless. Useless. He was sitting there writing in his diary, people aren't saying I'm a hero. Yeah, it was just you and a white, ugly fucking white supremacist. Yeah, Mary Surratt isn't the fucking world, you piece of shit. She might have been the world to you. You might have been smitten a little bit. You fell in love with a racist, bigoted piece of shit. Thought you was doing something great for the world. Now you destroyed something great for the fucking world. You pile of shit. Lincoln was a good, honest man, and he was polite and decent. So that means you got to be a fucking bodybuilder, fucking goddamn The Rock. If you're going to be the president, you got to be able to kick everybody's ass, and you got to be the moral, pious one. You got to be the politically intelligent one, and you got to be able to beat everybody. You got to be a Muhammad Ali, and you got to be an Abraham Lincoln. Most of the prosecution's witnesses were personally chosen by Stanton. He was building a wall of damning testimony, and each witness added a brick or two to that wall. Nor were the 8 accused the only ones on trial. Booth, dead for weeks now, was also being tried, and the witnesses testified against him as though he were in the courtroom. The defense attorneys did their best to break down the prosecution's attack. For example, a prosecution's witness testified that he had seen Dr. Mudd in Washington the day before President Lincoln's second inaugural, and had in fact shown him to Booth's hotel room. To combat this story, the defense produced Dr. Mudd's sister, Mary. She swore that her brother was home on his farm all that day, but said Mary he was wearing his drab slouch hat, the same hat the prosecution witness claimed Dr. Mudd was wearing in Washington that day. Payne's lawyer, Colonel William Doster, tried a new gambit. He wanted to have Payne declared insane, hoping that the commission would not condemn a crazy man to death. Calling an insanity expert to the witness stand, Doster asked him about Payne's cry of "I am mad" on rushing from the Seward mansion. He also asked about Payne's subsequent hiding in the trees for 3 days. Didn't these indicate madness? The expert said that hiding in the trees was a near insane act. He's hiding in the trees. That's insane. He's trying to hide from you guys. That isn't insane. Who would think to look up into the trees? You think he might be sleeping in the trees? Didn't these indicate madness? The expert said hiding in the trees was near insane, but shouting "I am mad" was not. He could just be telling you motherfuckers right off. I'm schizophrenic. This is Peter Parker. This isn't Spider-Man. This is the Green Goblin. No madman ever admits to his madness, the expert claimed. No madman ever admits. What the fuck? This is a terrible expert. a madman could admit to it. I figured it'd be 50-50. Is he an honest madman or a dishonest madman? And maybe him saying it could be an indication, but him hiding in the trees, how's that insane? That's near insane. That's about insane. Mrs. Surratt was already indirectly linked with the assassination conspiracy. This was because of her son John's connection and the plotters, who often met at her boarding house. 2 prosecution witnesses gave damaging testimony to bring Mrs. Surratt directly into the crime. John Lloyd, the tavern keeper at Surrattsville, was one. He swore that Mrs. Surratt had left the carbines, whiskey, and filled glass with him to be picked up by Booth and Harold on their flight from Washington. Louis Weikman, the boarder, was the other. He claimed he had driven Mrs. Surratt to the tavern on that fatal Good Friday afternoon when she had deposited those articles. By June 29th, the trial was over. The courtroom was cleared of everyone except the 9-member commission and the 3 prosecutors who were to act as advisors. The fate of the 8 accused was soon decided. Guilty was a verdict for all 8 defendants, but they weren't told immediately. Right then and there. See, July 5th. Okay, so we're gonna end it off right there. I don't want Lucy Grubshover in my life for the rest of my life. She's been a non-stop fucking asshole, and I can't fucking take it anymore. She just won't fucking talk to me. So it's like she thinks she's a stuck-up snob, but she's committed to ignorance. So she's a stuck-up snob based upon her ignorance. It's ugly and it's disgusting. I can't stand the way that she's been talking to me. I feel for 41 years. If there's one good thing about the 3-day jury trial, is that piece of shit gets to stay the fuck out of my fucking life. You can't even... I asked her to just learn 10 little words so that way it would strengthen my legal mind. But she can't even learn 10 little words. So what a lazy pile of fucking shit. I've been a dutiful son. I've been listening to that piece of shit. Did all of her fucking tobacco. And I would do a good job too. I asked her to be a witness. She was a terrible fucking witness. She just comes around here as a fucking loudmouth, violent fucking piece of shit. Bully. Fat, ugly, fucking fat, fugly piece of shit. Farting and shitting all over the fucking place. And then she fucking leaves as if she did something. No, I asked you to do one thing. Be a witness. And what you did is you covered up the crimes of other people, what they did to me. And yet, once again, 2 million fucking crimes. That bitch don't give a fuck about anybody. Especially her own kids. She's the one, that's your better half. That's where the morality's coming out of. You have no fucking morality to speak of whatsoever. You could, talk to the trees and talk to the animals, and even if you talk to them genuine, I guess, you could be human and you could be a psycho and you could hurt them later on, but at least you're trying to establish a relationship. That bitch don't even try to fucking talk to me. She talks at me, talks down to me, she's manipulating me, steering my thoughts. What she isn't fucking doing is trying to encourage me to be the best me that I could be. She don't want me to be honest and genuine. She's not honest. She don't care for excellence. She don't learn any new knowledge. So everything that I fucking do is the exact opposite of everything that she does. And that motherfucking pile of shit has been watching me work so fucking hard and isn't saying shit to anybody. Because she's talking at me and manipulating me and fucking me over. And if it's not me, the Catholics know that they can abuse their kids and they won't say a fucking word. Because that's the nature of children. They love their fucking masters, their oppressors, whether they're good or bad. They love them to the end. And so if it's not me to stand up and say something, then all you motherfuckers, okay, you love your mom and dad, even though they beat she's been loving her daddy. Dad's been fucking dead since 84. But for 41 years, she's still sucking his dick because dad wasn't bad for beating up mom. Okay, well, I just asked you to learn 10 little words, but you don't want a mental connection with me. You don't love me. You and Kathy attacked me. You've committed crime after crime after crime. You watched a million crimes. You've heard about a million crimes. You're directly responsible for every fucking crime that happened to me as a child. You watched all that criminal shit. He said he was going to take me away because they were going to have a divorce when I was 5. When I think about his girlfriend, I don't get scared. I don't think that she's going to be an ugly pile of fucking disgusting shit that just walks in your house and fucking hits you and attacks you. She made me apologize to Kathy Grubshover when Kathy Grubshover abused me, and she's driving me up to her fucking house, not talking to me up there on the way there, not talking to me on the way fucking back. To go there to have a shower and do whatever, play, put makeup on and be dumb, stupid, fat, ugly bitches who don't bathe and who are just mean and stupid and don't know how to talk to their own children or their own nieces and nephews. They're not trying to articulate them. They're not trying to guide them. They just, oh, okay. Yeah, Kathy made fun of me because I wanted fucking syrup on my pancakes. One time they decided to fucking feed me. Usually they're not letting me eat. They're not letting me drink water. They didn't know Maslow's hierarchy. They didn't have books back in the 70s. What? He's a human being who needs food and water and clothing and shelter and security. I didn't know that. Right? Yeah, and then your ignorance is supposed to be, I'm supposed to what? Just, Lucy Gripshover is restrained from me for life. I don't ever want to talk to that piece of shit for the rest of my fucking life. She's been lying non-fucking stop to me. She don't know the definition of solidarity. She doesn't give a shit about knowledge. She's not pushing herself for excellence. And all I've ever wanted her to do is just genuinely give a shit. And it's the fucking one thing she'll never fucking do. Maybe because she can't fucking do it. That's the only thing I could figure. You respect a fucking criminal asshole piece of shit, and a criminal asshole piece of shit will fuck you over until the day you fucking die. There's no reason that I should be struggling the way that I struggle, but that piece of shit's been fucking me over my whole fucking life. And the worst way she does is by scrambling my fucking brain, scrambling my mind. You don't give a shit about me. So why the fuck would you give me any advice or tell me to do anything? I told her there was 5 men that want to rape me, and then she said, go talk to them. And then they fucking raped me. Not literally, metaphorically, it was the cops and shit. But I'm supposed to pretend that you give a shit? Why would you suggest somebody that you love to go get killed and murdered? You didn't even learn the 10 little words, so when something bad does happen to me, she won't even shed a tear. Because she didn't even try. She's never given me a chance. She's been honest, you know, if anything, I should appreciate how ugly she's shown me that she is. She's told me that we are enemies. She's told me that she's never given me a chance. That's every once in a while she'll let some honesty slip out. And they hit hard because it's so fucking true. I've been by my fucking self, and to pretend that pile of fucking shit will sit next to me when I ask her to, she won't. She never has. She never will. Learn 10 little words so you feel connected in this world? No, Daddy, I didn't learn any of them words. I didn't want him to be good at law. And then Eva, why didn't he say objection? Lucy is staying stupid because she wants me to be stupid. She wants me to get raped for the rest of my fucking life. 2 million crimes. She's a fucking dedicated pile of shit. She used to tell us what to fucking do, and I'm supposed to respect this pile of fucking shit if she couldn't write a 1,000-page word essay and say why I have to do all that tobacco because it was to get out her aggression. It wasn't discipline. Her and Kathy loved to hit kids because they were ugly piles of shit. Daddy beat up Mom, and they don't know how to fucking behave, so they started beating me up. And then I asked for syrup, and then Kathy made fun of me because I guess that's too fucking fancy smancy for them assholes. They got plumbing, they got fucking houses, and they're stuck up dicks about their fucking ignorance. It almost seems like you're a dumbass whore, and that's like better than me or something? Yeah, apparently so, yeah. But I gotta live in this fucking world, and as long as you all want to lick each other's assholes, and also they're against family. She would take me to Barbara Williams to get abused, take me to Kathy's to get abused by the cousins. Sexually and physically. She don't give a shit. There's a shotgun being shot at Rosie's house. She don't give a shit. She just wants her brothers and sisters to like her. Then it wasn't until she became a child abuser, then they all fucking accepted her. Oh, we didn't know you was beating your kids too. Being dumb and stupid and mean and rubbing cow shit in their fucking... shoving green beans up their asses. That's what they say. Spare the green beans up the asses. Spoil the parent. Spare the rod, spoil the parent. Spare the rod, spoil the parent. Oh, wow, you love your mom and dad. It doesn't matter. If they were total crap or if they were great, you're going to love them no matter what. It'd be nice if you could break it free from the matrix and realize your circumstances. They're manipulating you. They're dominating you. They're steering your fucking mind and thoughts. They don't want you to be your own honest, independent, genuine person. They know that you could raise children better than they can, and so they're such dedicated, racist, child-abusing piles of shit, they're going to continue to fuck over your fucking life so you'll never get the chance. It'd be easy. It'd be easy. Instead of beating the fuck out of your kids, talk to them. Instead of just talking to them, why don't you give them all the tools that they need in order to survive and just be a good guide by the side, giving them encouragement, always looking, forward to what they're going to say, what they're going to develop, what they're going to make when they go out in the world. Be happy. Make sure they got bank account. Make sure they got transportation. This is America. You can do whatever you want. You can become president if you Put your mind to it. If you can dream it, you can do it. So what kind of fucking child abusing, fucking racist, anti-Semitic piles of shit would try to fuck over a person? You're in America and we're going to try to fuck you over until the day you die? If she doesn't know that she's been an ugly piece of shit in the fucking bottom of her fucking heart, then she's just an ugly motherfucker. She's a fugly fuck who doesn't understand that she's such a fucking ugly fucking pile of shit. Gotta obey your dumb ass. You're mean and stupid and you don't love me and your words are against me. You told me to go get raped by them cops. And then 24 appearances later, you showed up and you didn't learn the 10 little words that I asked you to. You didn't sit next to me for a month. And then when you was a fucking witness to crimes, you didn't press the charges. You're making sure my dogs walk out of my fucking yard. You're not doing anything I want. One job. Be a witness. Oh, you covered up his crimes. Good fucking job. Just like with Michael Patton. This bitch doesn't establish justice, doesn't care about domestic tranquility, doesn't care about the general welfare. She doesn't read the U.S. Constitution or the preamble or the Bill of Rights. She's a dumb motherfucker. And I would actually, she's a Confederate. She's a white supremacist piece of shit. She knows, daddy doesn't care if she has knowledge. Daddy's against the children. So as long as she's sucking daddy's dick, she's got somebody validating her wickedness. She's not moral. She's actually more degenerate, more fucking crappy than that motherfucker is. And she's been manipulating me like a fucking prick my whole fucking life. Never once talked to me like she actually loved me. Like I'm a fucking person on this planet. Like all this matters. All this fucking matters. No. You respect a fucking piece of shit criminal fuck, they'll be a piece of criminal fuck forever. But when I think about Kathy and I'm thinking, okay, Kathy, you want to trespass on my property? That will never fucking happen. When I square up, that makes more sense. Love these stupid ass criminal fucking piles of shit that can't say a fucking dumbass motherfuckers. God damn, I've been fighting for healthcare, fighting for gay rights, fighting for black folks, fighting for Christians, fighting for peace, love, freedom, justice my whole fucking life. Is that another reason to hate me too? My light, my spirit, my virtue. So,